Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Unpopular K-pop Opinions, because Wake Me Up when 2025's
already.
Damn, that's a depressing ass title. It's
oh my god, that's not the mood.
Today's the 4th or the...
That's not the vibes.
Yeah, it's the 3rd.
Let's go.
Whatever.
1. I don't believe the recent reports about Blackpink making a comeback in May. Every news outlet and their grandma are parroting this. But seriously, an album and a world tour in May? Slap on the clown makeup if you're buying that. Let's break it down.
What?
Lisa's dropping her album.
Yeah, so they said that Blackpink is making a comeback in May, which is kind of a tight schedule.
Album or... Whoa.
Well...
Is it going to be new music?
Comeback would be a single. You know, I guess.
Oh.
It's just comeback. Yeah.
Does it have to be something new?
Yeah, that's what a comeback is. So I don't know. It's a
I
little.
wouldn't think that.
It's a little crammed schedule because Jennie dropping an album, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lisa dropping an album. Then both of them doing Coachella. Whatever Jisoo is doing with her stuff, acting, you know, whatever.
They're doing Coachella as Blackpink or
separate.
individually?
Both solos. Then.
I wonder how that's gonna look.
How what's gonna look?
Like they have like the individual stage, like they have their own time.
Why would that look bad or whatever?
I know. I'm wondering how that would look.
Oh.
Like if there will be different days, same days.
It's the schedule was out. I don't remember, but we saw
yeah.
it. They're not one after the other. It's not like
I know.
That.
I was just wondering.
But yeah, the schedule is crammed, so I don't know. I don't want to believe it. However, if they did announce it,
Why would they announce it then?
Right, I feel like you kind of have to go based on YG's history. I'm not too familiar with it, so I can't really make a judgment. But
have you seen a YG artist? Oh, I guess aside from Blackpink.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If YG is like truthful with their timelines, if they always stick to the timelines strictly, then it's gonna happen. If they're kind of say one thing, it doesn't happen, whatever, nobody cares, then we shouldn't really take it seriously. So I don't know. I can't make a judgment.
Delays with Baby Monster.
Well, but they did debut in December though, even though.
And we did see delays and switch up for Treasure.
What do you mean delays and switch? They did, but they didn't say nothing about Treasure that we didn't get something though. That's what I'm saying. They did announce, or was it them who announced? I don't think it was them though. If it wasn't YG, then I don't know if you should take it seriously. Hold on.
Album next month and has other stuff lined up like promo for the White Lotus. Jisoo's teased her album, but she literally said it's still months away. And Jennie, crickets. No updates on her album at all. So a group album and a tour magically happening in 5 months? Please. This timeline is about as believable as YG's promises. 2. People calling it.
I guess. I would think she would know better than us.
No, but the thing is, it wasn't YG who said. Because if it was YG, he would have put his little video, sitting there talking, and they would have seen it. It wasn't him. It was probably somebody just talking out of their ass. Yeah,
I felt like I remember him saying that there was going to be a comeback.
Yes,
for Blackpink.
he did say that.
Discuss that.
Yeah, but he didn't say like it's in May. He said sometime because realistically, it's probably more like end of summer or something.
So who's saying May?
Somebody, anyway.
Illets Wonhee fat or sick. The audacity of calling her fat is a level of delusion I didn't even know existed. Are we looking at the same person? She's a literal teenager, not a contestant on some warped reality show where your worth is measured in rigged showing. She's normal. And the fact that anyone feels bold enough to spew garbage about her weight says way more about them than it does about her. You're basically announcing, hi, I'm insecure, and projecting onto a child. It's gross. Wonhee's got what? Some baby fat in her cheeks? Oh no. Sound the alarms. Someone call the police.
Yeah,
She's
they're young. They're still growing and transforming, so to make such remarks is like harsh, especially on these young girls.
Remotely close to being overweight. But no, the internet had to bully a minor for daring to exist in a body that's not skeleton chic. Newsflash, she's still growing. Her body is literally in progress mode, and y'all are acting like she's some finished product you get to critique. Sit down. The internet did it to IU, to Wasa, to Chaeyoung, and now they're trying it on Wonhee. Y'all are so predictable. The gag is, she's not even facing real backlash. It's just a bunch of bored trolls with Wi-Fi and zero self-awareness. But even the petty sniping is exhausting. It's 2025, and this is a hill y'all still want to die on? Body shaming a teenager? Damn. Embarrassing. Then there's the double standards. Everyone loves...
Yeah, it's probably the people calling her fat are fat people.
Usually it is.
Yeah, look at Lizzo.
To applaud idols like Kiss of Life's Natty or New Jeans Hanny for their healthy body types. Great, love that. But where's that same energy for Wonhee? Why is it empowering for some idols to not be stick-thin? But for her, it's an invitation for critique. Wonhee deserves the same positivity and support y'all love to dish out selectively. But no, she gets nitpicked for being perfectly fine because the internet thrives on being insufferable. 3. Who the heck is writing Stray Kids English lyrics? Sure, they've always leaned into quirky and chaotic energy, with offbeat references and occasional cheesy lines that worked for a while. It gave them character. But now, it's like they've tossed all sense of coherence out the window and are just slapping random pop culture references together in hopes of making something stick. One of their worst lines is, "I'm walking on water, call me Harry Potter."
Yes. I'm glad I wasn't the only one confused by that line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I
When
heard
we
it.
first heard it.
Yeah, when I
we're
first
like,
heard it, I was
what?
like, hold up. What? Yeah. Should have been.
But did it rhyme? Like, I'm walking
It
on
rhymes.
water.
Call me Harry Potter, like water, Potter. It rhymes. I get it, but the only one person who walked on water is Jesus. They should have said that. Call me Jesus or whatever. Fine. That makes sense. Walking on water, call me Jesus, I get it.
At any point in the Harry Potter movie, did Harry Potter walk on water? I need to know.
First of all, it's a book, it's not a movie, okay? Let's get something straight.
I thought it was a movie.
No, it's a book. It's 7 books.
Didn't
No.
they not make them into
8
a
books,
movie?
actually.
Did they
Or
not make
seven,
them
no,
into a
7 books
movie?
made into 8 movies. Yeah, but it's a book first.
A
And
book
movie
first.
misses a lot of details. So
Okay. So in the book, did he ever walk on water? Was he near water?
They were near water. I don't recall specifically him walking on water. To be fair, that was like almost 2 decades ago since I read
So
the
why
book.
would he say
So-
that?
So I can't like say for sure, but nah. That line never made sense to me. I don't know why they said that.
Wait,
It
what's
was
the
a
line
bad
again? I'm walking
I'm
on
walking
water.
on water, call me Harry Potter. And water, Potter, they kind of drag out that Potter to rhyme with water. Yeah.
The only way I can make sense is like Potter is like a pot.
Okay. What
Like you water a flower. I don't know, I'm trying to make sense of it.
Like who approved that? Harry Potter never walked on water. What wizardry lore are they referencing here? If we're gonna reach that far, why not just go for Jesus, the OG
Oh.
water walker?
I guess I am that person doing this video.
Are you doing
wait,
this video
rhyming
for
with
real?
Jesus is apparently harder than stretching Harry Potter's magic feats into a logical territory. Then there's a peanut butter jelly time lyric. Who even still thinks that meme is relevant? That ship sailed when flip phones were a thing.
Peanut butter jelly time. I don't mind. I'm not mad at it. It's just
I
that
remember this one.
it's just jump.
This
Jump.
one?
Yeah, it's like peanut butter jelly, something like that. They said something. I don't mind that. I don't mind it because it fits with the song. Jam, jelly, peanut butter jelly. I get it,
I
but
have a suspect of who's writing these lines. I have a suspect. I don't want to say.
Changbin.
I don't think it's Shambin.
So who?
It's not Shambin.
So who do you think is writing it?
Say that name.
Say the name.
I think it's Felix.
Felix is not part of the writers.
But no,
It's Sriracha, right?
it has to be an English speaker.
Yeah, it's Bang Chan probably.
Why would he do that?
I don't know, but it's Bang Chan, Changbin, and Han, I believe, is the writers of the group. So they write the songs.
But I would think of Shambin as Felix. Tell me something that relates to this.
And it's
bar.
Felix?
said.
I don't know.
Is it
I
real?
mean,
It would be very nice.
very nice. As I said, I don't mind the peanut butter jelly line, whatever. Let's be real. K-pop's lyrics don't make sense. Like 99% of them don't. So we can't just sit here and pick at Stray Kids.
Yeah.
However, they are in English, so we can pick at them because when they're in Korean, whatever you're gonna say, whatever. Oftentimes the excuse is, it's probably lost in translation. Maybe it is.
From the Baby Army Committee, they say do
Baby
not.
Army?
Yeah, the Baby Army Committee. They said that don't expect when they go on lives for any of the K artists to speak in English. So
Okay.
I don't think you should hold it to the fire to them for that.
For the English lyrics,
Mhm.
well, they do have 2 native English speakers. They should know
I
better.
know, but
I would understand if the whole group was like Korean.
I don't get. I don't
Then
know. How
okay.
This was a miss. This was a miss for me. I don't know how to explain this.
Which
song.
the peanut butter jelly was a miss too?
No, I didn't mind that.
Yeah, I think that's in the song.
Because now when I look at Changbin when he performed, I'm walking on water,
Call
come
me
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
I look at his eyes. I was like,
Yeah, that
I don't
line-
think he believed in that line.
That line
either.
never makes sense. No.
I don't think he approved that.
It reeks of someone Googling popular Western references and settling on the first.
Yes, a lot of K-pop does sound like someone Googled it and they feel.
Yeah.
It does. No, not Stray Kids particularly, but other artists. they do
Maybe we
sound
should
like
check the writing credits for Walking on Water. Because it doesn't mean, okay, I know they write their stuff, but they don't have to write all their stuff.
It's gonna be, they write their own stuff, I believe.
All of it?
I think so.
Result from a decade-old Reddit post. Fans might argue that these references are part of Stray Kids' signature style. But there's a big difference between having a quirky signature and throwing nonsensical word salad at your audience. Pop culture references can be clever, but only when they add depth or wit.
Bangshan Shangbin-han. Yeah.
I guess they wanted us to talk about it. Because everyone was like, what?
There's nothing to talk about, it's just one line.
Not when they feel like a desperate
But I'm glad I wasn't the only one who felt that way.
attempt to be trendy. 4. It's wild how fans get all twisted up when companies back their idols during scandals, even before debut. It's ironic how they will scream protect the idols at all costs 1 minute and then
It's
throw a
just one
tantrum
last
when
thing I
company...
have to say. It's just like, you know, for people in South Korea and maybe other internationals who are not English speakers, they think, oh, that sounds nice. But for us English speakers who also consume this content, we have to speak up and say something. Because if it was in another language, like in Brazil, in Portuguese, and they said something wrong in Portuguese that doesn't make sense, someone should say something.
Right. So as I said, oftentimes when we hear Korean lyrics and we read it, we read the captions, it don't make sense. I don't say nothing. I always attribute it to lost in translation because it's possible. I can't say for sure. But yeah, when it is in English, and especially when they do have English speakers on the team.
Yeah,
yes,
that are present.
It has to be kind of not like accountable because it's not a big deal, but just point it out.
Say something, because I'd rather this mistake than other, those controversial mistakes of the team.
Because like G Idol's klaxon don't make no sense. Never heard that word being used in my life. They used it. Maybe they don't have English speaker, on the team, so that's why it happened.
Actually do it. Take Karina's pre-debut scandal with EXO. SM didn't even blink before lawyering up. And suddenly fans were acting like SM defending their own trainee was a personal attack on their intelligence. Newsflash. Companies invest millions into these idols, so of course they're going to shield their cash cows before the first paycheck even rolls in. Same with Kim Garam, Les Aratham, and the pre-debut bullying scandal. People were crying why defend her? Because Hybe's entire brand was on the line? Duh. Now let's get real about the whole Believe Victims movement. Yes, creating a safe space for victims is non-negotiable. Nobody's arguing that. But the internet has bastardized it into believe every single claim without...
The thing is with believing the victims.
Oh, no.
You don't want me to go there?
I don't know. What you gonna say?
The same thing I always said throughout the video.
What?
Innocent until proven guilty. I'm not saying dismiss the victims, but at the same time, don't just believe it 100% that the victim is always correct. There's always ulterior motives to everything. So it is possible, but at the same time, you kind of have to have your mind open that it may not be truth. Because if we came out here sitting and believing New Jeans, and sitting there, we would all crucify Hybe, but as it is developing so far, it seems that Hybe is not the bad guy here.
Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as a perfect victim. And to me...
True.
To me... If those kids are it depends for me. If they're minors, at the end of them, they're always going to be victims. Because these adults should know better because they are very taking advantage of the situation too as well. They are well trained more than those girls are. So I would say for every case is different, but we are seeing a lot of these issues happening, not with the older groups, the older girls or the older guys, but the younger ones.
Okay, I can see your point that minors are always victims because they don't exactly,
You see Visha.
They can't make a decision for themselves, right? I can see that.
New Jeans, I fully think they're still
They're not minors though.
Not minors, but they're
They're not minors.
From the time
Stop
frame,
it. 18
I
years
no,
old
no.
are
From the
minors.
time
They're 20
frame,
years old.
from the time frame they were working with this company. I don't say they're perfect victims, but it's sus to me.
Okay, New Jeans, I would say, you can say New Jeans is a victim, fine, but they're a victim of Min Hee Jin, not of Hybe. Hybe is not the perpetrator, Min Hee Jin is the perpetrator.
I don't have to go into specifics. Okay. But mostly these adults, I hold them more accountable. I put more weight on them. That's what I'm saying.
I can agree with that. If it's a minor involved, you can kind of presume innocence.
Because even 23, 24, there's these loan sharks. Those people are loan sharks. They're looking at them as product. 24 as product.
Yeah, but I get what you said. I just can't. You can't. That doesn't work like that. You have to.
I know.
The law says
I know.
You can't just fucking crucify somebody because imagine everybody. anytime somebody accuses somebody, oh, they're guilty. That's it. You assume they're guilty. It doesn't work like that. You can't. That's not how the laws work. That's not how society works. You can't assume guilt.
The thing is, you have to make it comfortable for victims to come forward.
Yes, I agree with that, but you can't assume guilt either. It just can't happen. What kind of society? Anybody could just accuse anybody of anything, and
not saying there's no repercussions to it, but we should always make the victims more comfortable to come out.
Yes, always. They should be comfortable to come out, but at the same time, they should have to prove their case, and we shouldn't jump to conclusions before we know all the facts. That's all I'm saying.
Without a shred of evidence or context. That's not advocacy. That's just mob mentality with a hashtag. And the worst part? Companies are forced to play along with this performative outrage because in the internet's kangaroo court, whoever speaks first gets the moral high ground. Receipts? Don't need them. Nuance? What's that? It's all about who can cancel who faster. The real mess comes when companies try to walk this tightrope, defend their artists too soon, and they risk standing behind someone who might actually be guilty. PR nightmare unlocked. But stay silent or take too long, fans will roast them alive for not protecting their idols. It's a lose-lose situation because no matter what companies do, someone's going to cry foul. The fandom operates like a toxic ex, constantly moving the goalposts and then wondering why nothing ever feels resolved. And let's not forget the hypocrisy here. Fans will demand companies act as the moral police. But when those same companies turn around and enforce strict image control or cancel an idol based on shaky allegations, the same. Fans will scream they're too harsh, it's giving pick a struggle. If you want change, fandom culture itself needs to stop being this hotbed of fickle outrage and impossible standards.
I think the best controversy that was handled the best way possible that I saw was G-Idol. Because even though like the girls went through their stuff, the way it was handled, the media didn't like...
They played the game.
Yeah, the media didn't flip on them. And it didn't go too hard on the company, but it held the company accountable. Cube. Maybe because it's small, I don't know. But at the end of the day, those girls, the way they moved in that situation, they navigated that situation, that was the best way I ever seen a controversy handled.
Yeah, but actually that kind of goes along with what I'm saying, because everybody was ready to crucify Cube. Because, we saw Cookie's Lit videos.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's give it balance.
No, I'm saying, but before the settlement, before they came to the conclusion, everybody's like crucifying Cube. Oh, Cube is trash. They treated G-Idol this, didn't give no software, no this, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it was all basically a bluff. They just bluffed it and they got what they wanted. So it kind of shows that you can't just take, that Cube is this trash-ass company who mistreats their idols so bad. If they went back to Cube, that means they ain't all that bad.
But the one was like bashing the girls for coming forward in the way they were going against. They were saying, "Oh, these girls are ungrateful." Oh,
nobody said that.
Yeah, exactly. But it seems like with these other victims, they're like, "Oh, they have a role, some responsibility in this to carry. Like they didn't do their part."
No, okay, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, like everybody was ready to crucify Cube, but Cube wasn't even like all that at fault. That's kind of I'm saying innocent until proven guilty. Obviously, there was no crime committed. It's a little different situation, but kind of to show that we can't just jump to conclusion. Cube is bad. Period. When they went back to Butte, clearly Cube is not that bad. That's what I'm saying. So we can't just kind of take in the information, process it, consider it, but don't jump to conclusion. Like, we have to consider it, for sure. We have to keep in mind what happened. We can't just ignore it. Oh, yeah, that's fake. No, we can't do that. We have to take in that did happen. But we have to wait until, it develops more. That's why, with NCT Teal, for example, I'm still waiting. Because he has been accused. It's been half a year now. I'm waiting. I cannot make a conclusion yet. Because I don't know nothing. He's been accused. Okay, I understand the fact. But... So what
I do think it's right for everyone to hear the resolution of that too, as well.
Yeah, no, we need a resolution. We need to see if he's actually guilty, because right now it doesn't look good for him. But as far as the law is concerned, he's not yet guilty.
Not happening anytime soon, because Twitter stans love drama more than they love their own faves. 5. Kepler's Xiaoting has officially ended her contract with her Chinese company Top Class.
Okay.
And now the chaos surrounding her December...
So I guess it was the Chinese company that was fucking her up, not Kepler. Because the other video kind of make it seem a little bit like it was Kepler playing games.
Schedules finally make sense. If you didn't know, last month Wake1 announced that Xiaoting would be absent from some Kepler events to focus on her solo activities in China. But her Chinese company quickly fired back, claiming they weren't the reason for her absence and that her solo plans had been pre-coordinated with Wake1 months ago. Essentially,
these are the issues when it comes to multi-international group
Yeah, because they have to have different
multinational issues.
Yeah, they have to have different labels for different country. It seems like it, and
blaming each other for the situation. At the time, I suspected that the Chinese company might be the one lying, and it turns out I was right, with Xiaoting's contract now over. It's clear that her Chinese label was trying to milk whatever they could before losing her, even if it meant throwing Wake1 under the bus. But honestly, what else could we expect? Top Class isn't even a proper entertainment company. It's just a dance academy. This lack of infrastructure is what hindered Xiaoting's solo career in China. She was incredibly popular during Girls Planet, but her company did nothing to capitalize on that momentum. Hopefully, Xiaoting will find a better label moving forward. Some fans think she shouldn't sign with anyone else since she's already under Wake1 for Kepler's group activities. But it's not that simple. While she might earn more as an independent idol, managing solo schedules on her own could be tricky and time-consuming.
Yeah, she should probably get a label, but just get a legit label, not like a dance company,
6. Rosie is a good singer. Y'all are just stuck in 2012. Rosie's voice is one of the most polarizing in K-pop. And I think a lot of the criticism comes from people who don't understand how vocal techniques work, or worse, they're just stuck in her pre-debut days. The cursive singing argument? Overplayed, sure, she leans into a stylized delivery, but that doesn't make her a bad vocalist. If anything, it's what makes her stand out. People love to act like stylized singers are somehow less skilled, but Rosie's technique shows she knows exactly what she's doing. The fake voice accusations are even more ridiculous. It's 2025 and people are still clinging to this tired narrative. Newsflash, singers evolve. Rosie's voice has always had a unique timbre, and the way she sings now just emphasizes it more. It's not about faking anything. It's about using different techniques to achieve a certain sound. Her pre-debut style was richer and more grounded, while her current approach is lighter and more focused on her tone. Both are valid and both are her. What's wild is how people act like vocalists can't have range in their delivery. Rosie has shown time and time again that she can adapt her technique depending on the song. She's not boxed into one style, and that's what makes her such a versatile artist. At this point, the criticism feels less about her actual ability and more about people refusing to let go of their outdated opinions. 7.
Interesting. I didn't know people criticize Rosé's singing. I think she's a great singer. The only criticism of the album I saw is that the lyrics is kind of like very basic. I guess that's the only criticism I saw. That people I guess wanted a little more sophisticated lyrics, maybe like a double entendre here and there, a little bit more oomph to the lyrics. So that's kind of like a criticism as her as a writer more so. But as far as her singing is concerned, I think she's a great singer. I didn't see anybody come for her. So I don't really think you can come for her singing. Like, isn't she like the vocalist of Blackpink?
I
don't know if I needed double entendres from.
Not like maybe. Honestly, I didn't really understand it either. But that's what they said. So I don't. To me, it was like a plain storytelling. I don't know what kind of...
Yeah, I'm like, but it was storytelling about her dating life that she has never done before. I guess, so how are you going to do doubles? Like, did you want her to tell you or be poetic about it it's abstractly? Because we've seen that, you can be interpreted, it's not about dating, it's about a dog. It's about... Like, no, she was very direct and very vulnerable.
No, maybe... in a sense that it's like too straightforward and too specific to narrow it down to that particular situation.
But that's groundbreaking.
To a point where it's unrelatable. Because it's like so specific.
How is it unrelatable? Everyone goes through dating issues.
I don't know. I'm just... Why are you arguing me? I'm just...
I know.
I'm trying to understand what they said. I don't know.
You're channeling like the comments, what they're saying. I'm like, how?
That's the only thing. I guess it's like... Because she told her story, but like... Maybe it's not like too relatable because it's like super specific. Like I don't, because like, for example, when you think about poverty, struggle, financial struggle, like literally, this is like fucking over half, like 90% of the population deals or have dealt with it at some point in life. You can relate to that. Relationships, it's complex. Not every situation is the same, and also, kind of it's a little different when you're rich and you got money and you're a big artist and you're going through a relationship. That's a little different than somebody who broke, going through a relationship and struggling financially and have other shit dealing. Maybe a kid is involved. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was.
But I don't think that's her audience either.
Her audience is definitely not professional singers who are going through a heartbreak either.
I feel like it gave relatable to like a teen girl going through a relationship or a college girl going through a relationship, because it kind of reminds me a little bit of Avril Lavigne's album Let's Go.
That's what I felt too. I felt like it was straightforward. She tells her story. I don't know.
During performances, as long as no one gets hurt. There's nothing more refreshing than seeing idols trip over their own choreo or crack a note mid-performance. Those little slip-ups peel back the polished facade and give us a glimpse of the real person behind the stage.
I like that too.
I mean, I wouldn't go so far to say I love it, but I don't mind it. When it happens, it happens. It's not.
I like
I'm not
to see
bothered
the
by it at all.
recovery of it.
Especially if the recovery is smooth. Yeah.
And sometimes, even if the recovery is not that smooth, it could be a cute moment like Aeon when she accidentally drank, 21's. Was it 21's drink? Water bottle? Yeah.
Persona. Perfect synchronization is impressive, but so is the members' individuality. I'll take a shaky busted note over a perfectly pre-recorded track any day. It's raw, it's authentic, and it's
I just like when
better
they're
than some
vibes.
overproduced mess blasted over the speakers. Mistakes don't ruin a performance. They make it. They add flavor, personality, and sometimes even a little comedy. Seeing an idol laugh at themselves or improvise when things go south, that's the kind of stage presence that sticks with you. And I wish people were less hard on rookies. Veterans get a free pass to mess up. But when rookies stumble, it's like the world's ending. Can we not? Let them breathe, experiment, and bring some spontaneity to the table. 8. Baby Monster's Rami is a great and grounded vocalist. She's got this insane knack for making soul and R&B her playground. It's like these genres were tailor-made for her voice. Her range is just bonkers. She's hitting notes that most singers only dream about, and she's doing it with such finesse and control. It's not just about hitting the notes, though. It's about how she uses them. She's got this ability to shift gears from powerful belting notes to soft, tender whispers without breaking a sweat. That kind of versatility is really rare. What's really cool about Rami is how effortless she makes it all look. There's no straining, no tension, just pure relaxed technique. Loads of idols have strong voices, but Rami's got this chill confidence that's hard to come by. And let's not forget her mimicry skills. She's like a vocal shapeshifter, picking up on the tiniest details of other singers and weaving them into her own style. It's not about imitation. It's about understanding and incorporating those nuances into her performances. That's a level of musical intelligence that's as rare for someone her age.
That's cool.
What I would say about Rami is when we saw her at Limujins, I was very surprised.
Yeah.
She is a great singer, but I would say she does not stand out in the group as a singer. I think YG does not put her in a position to shine because she is really good singer, like as we saw. But in a group, to me, she's forgettable. That's.
Do you think that's why they made her blonde?
Oh, I don't know, maybe, possibly, yeah. Because she, as a part of the group, she doesn't stand out at all. But as a solo act, she's a great singer.
Fine. Let's talk about Xikers Junghoon, the unluckiest or luckiest idol ever, depending on how you look at it.
Whoa.
Just a month after Xikers' debut in 2023, his agency announced that he would be going on hiatus to undergo surgery. That hiatus ended up lasting over a year and a half. Now his agency has finally announced that he'll be returning to promote with Xikers this month. And let me tell you, that's not something you see every day. A rookie going on hiatus just a month after debut? Most companies would have dropped him within months, especially with a serious injury like his. What makes this even more impressive is that Junghoon didn't have a pre-debut fanbase to fall back on. He wasn't some established trainee with a massive following.
He must be really
so
talented.
KQ Entertainment deserves a lot of respect for being patient, prioritizing his health, and not cutting him from the group. Sure, they weren't always the best at communicating updates about his...
That's good. We should, praise them, because we always criticize when they don't do it, but we should praise them when they do it too, so good for them.
condition to fans, but they still handled the situation better than most agencies would. It's rare to see a company invest this much in a rookie under such circumstances.
That's pretty cool. Wow. So wake me up when 2025 is over. I think we're off to a decent start. It's not that bad. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.